Okay, everybody, welcome back to the DanaBuckler Show. My name is Dana, and I am joined for this very special audio commentary track by co-host and good friend Bill Searcy. Bill, how are you, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I don't have to put these on.
No, you don't.
I got all excited.
You totally do not have to put those headphones on. We got it all queued up. We're ready to go.
I put the headphones on. I wanted to look so official, but I don't need them.
I know, it's audio. They're good.
My bad.
They're just going to have to imagine you in this head-to-toe Cleveland Indians outfit from Major League.
Yeah, so the hat, so this is actually from the World Series, so...
Okay, well, we'll put a pin in that because we're going to talk about that because this movie's 1989, So,
and then I've got some Major League swim trunks on. I've got a Wild Thing t-shirt. I've got some Jordans. I don't know where that ties into this whole thing, but...
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I just had to get dressed up for you.
So what we're going to do here, just like our Bloodsport audio commentary track, Bill and I are going to watch the 1989 sports classic Major League, and we're just going to talk about it, watch it in real time, and what we're going to do is we want you, the listener, to watch with us. So, Bill, I went ahead and rented this movie on Apple.
Okay.
So that's the one I did.
Okay,
so,
that's fine.
And, one of the reasons why I did that was because that other app we used did not have subtitles.
Yeah, it didn't.
So
we can see subtitles of this?
I've got it queued up, so we're going to have subtitles. But I just want to put this out there to everybody listening. This is going to be a live audio recording. We can't hit pause. We can't stop. We can't take a break. So that does mean that the real world might interfere from time to time during this recording. We, of course, at the DanaBuckler studio, there are a couple English bulldogs roaming around.
Trying to lick me.
Yeah, we did build a wall.
Yeah, there's a little mini wall.
Now, you might ask yourself, why not just close the door? Well, if we close the door, they're going to paw at it like they're Andy Dufresne in the Shawshank Redemption, trying to get in.
But this barely hole of a wall, they leave it alone.
It's
hilarious.
Yes.
They're done with it.
It's the perception of the wall. Now, they could easily barrel right through it if they wanted to.
The one is staring at me, though.
That's okay. That's right.
Okay. Scary.
Also, of course, in a residential area, a fire truck could go by, an ambulance. So you, the listeners out there, if you hear something, just bear with us. We're going to do our best.
Hey, by the way, before you hit play, I know we got some good feedback, but I haven't seen you in a week or two. The feedback from Bloodsport.
A lot of people reached out to me. A lot of people had a lot of fun with that.
Some people actually have that on their top sports movies of all time, yet alone just, great fight movie or whatever.
Absolutely.
People love that movie. So I had a blast on it.
We're going to go ahead and start the movie. Now, what I'm going to do here, so we are queued up. We're at the 0 mark of the movie, and we're going to go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1. The movie has started.
There goes all the stars.
Yes, it's Paramount. So, Bill, we're getting ready to
okay.
Watch this film. Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
1989, this movie comes out in 1989. What's your history with this film? Do you remember seeing it in 89?
Yeah, we all knew. I mean, because I grew up playing baseball. I was in Little League and ended up playing in high school and college. 89, I think I'm 14. So, I'm primed for this. This was perfect. We all saw it. We all loved it. I mean, I was playing high school baseball at the time, so.
This is a big movie. And this is in Florida. You're playing high school baseball.
Yeah. Dunedin, Florida. Actually, a lot of buddies from Cleveland, too, that, moved down to Florida back in the day. So, actually grew up with some Indians fans as well.
And we're going to save it for later on in the show. Longtime listeners will remember this story, but you once famously played against Alex Rodriguez.
I did. That's such a great story. And I re-listened to our podcast that we did back in the day about all the baseball stuff in my career and my favorite baseball movies. But I did play against A-Rod in high school. My school was famous for traveling around the state just because we had a pretty big budget because we hosted a lot of tournaments and stuff. So ended up playing against A-Rod my freshman year in high school, and then the rest of that story is on that podcast about him coming back to Dunedin. But
what is your memory going back to 89? Obviously, you were really big into baseball.
Yeah.
But, we're watching the opening credits here, and it's really making a point to show just how blue-collar the city of Cleveland was.
Yeah, this is not for tourism here. They're not trying to recruit people to vacation at this city. This definitely blue collar.
What's your memory as far as the reputation of the Cleveland Indians around this time?
Yeah,
period?
not very good. I mean, they were kind of a bottom type team, just kind of lovable losers. Never. Well, obviously they hadn't won a pennant and since the '60s, as you could see here. They're looking at last time they won. Just not very good team. When your NBA team, has a shot at winning a title and baseball just doesn't, the city's just dying for the Indians. I think the writer of this actually is a huge Indians fan.
Yeah. The gentleman.
There's Buddy Bill. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
And there's Joe Carter. I love seeing some of these old clips.
The David S. Ward, who wrote the script and also directed the movie, he wrote this kind of as a love letter to the team he loved, and he said, look, they're never going to win in real life, so why don't I make a movie where they actually win? If
you have that much power, that's one way to get it done. And this actually city, some of these clips, I was watching them, just after seeing that little stickball game there in the street, kind of looks like New York a little bit. You got the hot dog stand. I mean, kind of a bigger city than most people think, just because people don't go there.
Fun fact about this movie. Obviously, this is all Cleveland. This is what we call establishing shots. So
right.
This is letting you...
There's old Municipal Stadium. I actually went to see a game there with my buddy Carl.
This is letting you, the viewer, know that we're in Cleveland. It's also doing a great job of letting us know that the Indians haven't won in a long time.
Right.
But here's a fun fact about this movie. Filmed in Milwaukee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The actual gameplay?
The movie was filmed in Milwaukee. Just because at the time Cleveland was such a big union town that you would have to hire all these union people to work on these films, and it was just going to be way too expensive.
Really?
So
that answers why all the armrests inside the stadium are yellow.
Yes, because they were actually filming at the old Milwaukee Brewers Stadium.
But the outside of the stadium you see is Cleveland.
Well, so they're going to film. They're going to do some establishing shots here. Here
we go.
So we're going to basically let this know. So she is a former showgirl married to the...
There's a dog. It's all good. That's real life. Okay.
She's a former showgirl married to... Just keep talking, Bill.
Yeah. So anyway, she has a grand plan here to just tank this season. And here comes the rosters. These guys are like, haven't even heard of these guys. I love how the one guy's like, this guy's not even alive. He's dead. But she is hoping to get, the fans to just not show up at the game. Here she goes. She's talking about this guy's not. He's dead. So she just wants to get the team to move to Miami. They're going to give her a new stadium, a new house. I love the roster here. They're just trying to tank this whole season. I loved all these shots around town. Look at these guys. They're shitty. Dana's squirting water at the dogs here.
I had to.
Well, just near him. Just near him.
I never actually.
Yeah. So we've established now she's trying to tank the season and just bring attendance to just an all-time low.
So what did she say? Attendance
like 800,000. It's just under 9,000 a game is what she's trying to drop the attendance to.
And for our international listeners out there, let's put things in perspective. Major League Baseball plays 162 games a year. So that's...
Well, it's 81 home games.
81 home games.
Yeah.
So
it's just under 9,000 a game is what she's trying to get under.
Right. And by that, she'll basically void the contract with the city and she can move the team to Miami.
Right.
That's her plan.
But she's got like her roster that she's somehow pulled together without her, her scouts. They didn't even know this was happening. She's pulled together a roster of old guys, injured guys, free agents that are just, nobody else wants.
And I should have looked this up, but I don't know. Are we in the salary cap, no salary cap era back then?
Baseball doesn't have a salary cap.
But has it always been that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why, and kind of when the Yankees, actually at this time, the Yankees weren't very good in real life, but in the 90s, they were just paying everyone to come to the team. So there really isn't one. There's some revenue sharing now and some stuff, but there's no cap. Here we go. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself on that.
But no, she's establishing right here 800,000.
Now you find out she's trying to tank.
We've been losing. She's
dead last. Now we're going to start to learn who's on this roster.
We're going to get our introduction of lovable losers, if you
Jake
will.
Taylor here in the Mexican League. So the Mexican League's kind of like a very low-level professional league that guys go down there to die. I mean, they're not there to like make it back to the big leagues. This is just...
It's just keeping the dream alive just a little bit longer. Or when you go to the Mexican leagues at this point, I mean...
No, either you're like Jake Taylor, where you're never going to get back, and you're just an old guy that just doesn't know what else to do, or you just probably live in Mexico and you just want to play baseball.
You just get paid a couple bucks
Yeah,
a game.
you're not going there to rehab or anything.
That's the best line.
Oh, here we go.
Here's Lou Brown. He says, I don't know.
Yeah. He's like half turning it down. It's just hilarious. I love his voice.
That's Gilly from Urban Cowboy.
No, yes.
Talk to
you later. Hang up. This guy's in jail. Here's Charlie Sheen here.
Yeah.
I wonder how he gets out of jail so quick. They get him out, though. He gets out. Serrano. Here's our Cuban defect.
Okay, so here's another. Now, one of the reasons why I want Bill to do this one, because Bill's a certified baseball expert, and I have a lot of questions.
So now we're already in Arizona.
Okay, so for those who
I
don't
missed
know,
Serrano. I don't know where Serrano went.
Serrano's going to be introduced here in just a moment.
So now there's a Cactus League and there's a Grapefruit League for spring training. Cactus League's in Arizona and the Grapefruit League's in Florida.
And is it based on your location? Like, is the Mississippi sort of the dividing line or it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't. It's just the history of the team and what kind of deal they work. So you got to be in either one, and they've pretty much split it up so it's even.
And one of the
which teams are in, Arizona and Florida.
One of the reasons why they want to play in Arizona and Florida is obviously because of the weather.
Yeah, the weather. It's warm or it's getting warm. There's Serrano.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
I know, that's him.
Yeah, and he's also the president from 24.
It's quite a cast here of what they've done after this.
And you got to remember, some of the people that are in this movie, this is their introduction. Now,
Corbin Bernsen, L.A. Law, right?
At this point, everybody knows who Corbin Bernsen is because L.A. Law was a massively popular show.
Now, I'll say this, too, because you see the shots of some of the guys warming up, but they're really introducing the main characters here.
Those were University of Arizona baseball players.
Oh, they are? Okay,
yeah,
that's
so
cool. I
real
didn't know
baseball
that.
players.
So this is very realistic. Now, this is the
best. Okay, so what do we have? A Volkswagen Beetle.
It's beautiful.
With... Is that what type of emblem? I don't even know what that is. Supposed to be?
We probably should know that. Look at the shoes. I mean,
and this is really the world introduction to Wesley Snipes.
And he nails it too. My man.
Now, what a lot of people don't know is you and I both know Wesley Snipes. Not a very tall guy, not a very big person. Do you think Wesley Snipes could have played baseball given his stature?
Oh, yeah,
size?
absolutely. Because what's realistic here is that he's fast. Like, that's a huge advantage. But again, you learn in the movie here that he still needs to put the ball in play. You can't just be a track athlete. You still got to hit the ball.
But
his advantage is his speed.
One of the most shocking things to me was I went to a spring training game and I saw B.J. Upton. And I was shocked at how skinny he was.
Yeah.
He was he was tall, but he was so skinny.
Well, he had a cannon for an arm and he had great hand-eye coordination.
Incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
He was a heck of an athlete. There's Wild Thing. Somehow he got out of jail. Here's the two veterans.
Yeah.
I love the bunk beds. Talk about really low budget spring training. Like, these guys these days it doesn't look like this.
No, you got to imagine.
But I'd say this is pretty realistic back there in the 80s. This could happen at this low level.
You have to imagine, like the Yankees, if the guys don't already own homes in Tampa, because some of those high-priced guys do, I mean, they're probably staying at...
Or they'll rent houses for they'll rent mansions for the couple months that they're down.
All right, here's a question for you. You get invited to spring training, unless you're under contract, like you're under long-term contract with the team. They're going to invite a bunch of players. They're going to bring a bunch of minor league players. And how many people do you think, on average, are invited to a baseball?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It just depends on what they're returning, like starters and stuff. But probably about double the roster. So maybe around 50 or so.
All right.
And guys will come and go. But for the majority of spring training, in this movie, they're trying to make the team, right? Or at least the players think they're trying to make the team.
Right.
The team itself really doesn't give a shit who makes this team. But hats for bats. He's stealing his club head cover. It's great.
He's like, oh, hey.
Yeah, you're not getting that back.
There's a phenomenal documentary. It's probably from the mid-2000s. It's called A Player to Be Named Later.
I think you've mentioned it, but I haven't seen it.
And
I haven't seen it.
It's about the Milwaukee Brewers farm teams, about their minor league teams.
Oh, that's right. Right.
And it's really fascinating to watch, some of these guys that have played AAA and AA for the Brewers. And some of these guys have been doing it for 10, 11, 12 years.
Really?
And like one of the pitchers gets called up to play a couple games.
Cool. Okay.
It's an interesting. It gives you a really honest look at
I need to watch.
I got to watch
the
farm system of
because the farm
teams.
system is definitely more detailed than people see because you just don't see it. Nobody sees anything unless you just live in there. And I love this scene just because he wasn't invited to camp. They didn't even know who he was. He just showed up, which is very ballsy on his part to just show up to a Major League Baseball camp. I love it.
He's still sleeping
in his pajamas. So anyway, what they're doing there, baseball actually, so if you've seen like the NFL draft, the NFL draft runs a 40-yard dash for time, but baseball runs a 60-yard dash. So they're actually timing their 60s here.
And is that the length between
it just shows it just shows like speed from a longer distance. Okay. Baseball historically has always just run a 60. And I think my time was right around 7.1 seconds. So anything under 7 seconds is moving, and like mid to low 6 seconds is really quick. But again, Dana, yeah. So the 60-yard dash is something that really is not relevant to the field, but it just shows speed. Poor Jake, he's so old he can't even bend his knees, man. This guy. I do love some of the equipment though, because I recognize all like the shin guards. I had all this stuff. Like all this stuff is just so relevant to the time. I love it. He's going to try to throw it down to second. He's kind of crow hop or just short hops it down there. Nice pick there. That was terrible by the shortstop. He could at least pick that there and made him look good.
Right. All right. So
here we go.
I love this.
Yeah. I don't even know like what he thought he was going to do here. Like, what is he doing?
Well, because earlier he said he was going to put on a hitting display.
Yeah.
So he's connecting with the ball.
He is. It's actually harder to hit those pop flies than you think. I don't know how he's hitting them. They must have taken 100 takes to get these pop ups like that. I love this. That's such a great line. I love it. First pitch. Yeah, no problem. Because a guy that fast, you just want to hit it on the ground for the most part. Right. You want to use your legs.
And
first pitch. Boom.
And what's he throwing right there?
Oh, this is just batting practice.
Yeah, so he's just
really lobbing it in there. He's just throwing it right down the middle. It's just you're working more on technique though. That's not like live pitching.
The New York Yankees just recently announced that they're going to allow facial hair for the first time in their franchise history.
I can't believe it. I know you see it in this movie, but for a long time, Yankees always were clean shaven. Yeah. Now, I grew up, I love that no pepper sign. Probably nobody knows what pepper is.
No, I don't.
Pepper's just like an infielder, kind of like a warm-up, hand-eye coordination type kind of little activity where a guy will hit short balls to infielders and just like field... Like this guy, he needs to work on some pepper practice there because he's just Olay bullshit. He's just scared to get hit by a ball. Bless you.
And his excuse is, I took one in the eye. I'm not going to bounce.
Yeah, he wants to keep his face pretty.
All right, so now here's Serrano. All right.
Now,
and I want to know why nobody signed him.
Yeah, and we're going to find out right now. Now, I love it. You got a real pitcher throwing BP here. Crushing balls. Now that screen in front of the pitcher is called an L screen because it's shaped like an L. So when he throws the ball, he can hide behind the kind of taller part of that screen. That's why it's shaped like an L.
Okay.
Here we go. Throw some off speed stuff. We're gonna find out see how he moved his glove to the side? He was telling him he's throwing a curveball. When you throw your glove kind of like that, that's a signal that he's throwing a curveball. He still couldn't hit it. This is great too. I love this guy, man. Lou Brown's the best. What a great skipper this guy is.
Now, this was the real Cleveland Indians spring training.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the thing I'm shocked at.
Yeah.
Like
this is hilarious. Lou Brown really just doesn't give a shit. He's just going to piss on his contract.
Oh, I love how the caption said urinating.
Yeah, true.
You know, the thing is, like, the fact that they got the rights to use they could license the Cleveland Indians. The fact that they could do that, you know, baseball is very protective of its brand,
right?
And so is NFL. Like, this is like, if you remember Any Given Sunday, the football movie, Oliver Stone,
right?
That movie was supposed to be about the Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah, he had to change the logo and everything.
And the NFL was like, nope. So they had to go with a fictional team.
That's why baseball's cool. I don't know. Nowadays, you might not be able to get away with this, but
well, I mean, other baseball movies that use the logo.
Look at all this stuff.
Okay,
I love it.
This, how legit do you think this is?
No, guys have been caught with this. Maybe not 5 different things. No, if you go watch like some baseball clips and put in there like doctoring a ball, there's some hilarious clips in real games. There's one scene where somebody had like a nail file in his pocket. And the umpire came out onto the mound, and he goes like this. He pulls both hands out, and you could see the thing flying. Oh, it's classic.
What happens to a pitcher that's something like that?
Oh God, I don't even remember. He probably would get kicked out of the game. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's Joe Boo. Speaking of baseball and superstitions, this is at the ultimate level of superstition. Baseball players are very superstitious.
Yes.
Like I used to wear Argyle socks under my my regular socks. I never touched a foul line. We kind of hinted on some of the superstitions in my my episode of baseball.
Feel free to bring them up during this episode.
Yeah, sure. See, this one he's using Joe Boo to help him hit a curveball because he knows he can't hit a curveball.
This is the great line where he gets into it with the older pitcher.
Oh, he's great.
You're saying Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball? Here.
And he's like, don't leave that rum around with this character.
Here it is.
Listen to Taylor. Taylor's like, let's not have a holy war.
Jesus.
He doesn't help.
Let's not start a holy war.
This is when you find out voodoo is real. Very bad. Now, this can happen on a team, too. Not everyone loves each other on a team. You know? This is all very realistic so far. Now, they're really moving through the CC page. They're really moving through the characters really fast here. It's hard to talk over a lot of this because it's happening so fast.
Yeah, and, you know, they're just doing a great job of establishing, you know, what each individual character that we're going to get to know throughout
Now, I've done this before a million times. He's acting like it hurts. I guess he's saying that his knees hurt. Right. But blocking balls is just normal practice for a catcher. That's not that big of a deal. And here he can't hit the curveball again. They're just reinforcing how bad our characters are at something.
And that's got to be one of the more unrealistic things about this. Because if you
got
to buy that guy that can't hit a curveball.
Right.
So you're not going to put him on the team because
no, but they want to lose. That's why they're getting him, though. Yeah. He's good.
Lou Brown wants to win.
He does.
Yeah,
right.
So there's just a situation where I'm like, I love that he's got the snake.
So they're trying to. I guess did they say about the red? We know that the red ticket there would be like if they got cut.
So if there's a ticket in your a red ticket hanging in your locker, he's got the little snake.
That's funny. So they're hoping that the ticket's not in there. The snake's going to help. He's good. They don't realize that if you get cut from this team, I would say that you're probably actually pretty good because they want the team to suck. So like if you're getting cut,
what? I never thought
right.
About
so whoever
that.
gets cut might have had. Here comes during the live game.
Oh,
that's
I'm going to
hilarious.
disagree. I'm going to slightly disagree because I think I don't think any of the players or managers know what the plan is.
No.
Lou Brown doesn't. So
Yeah,
he
but
wants to put together the best team of the players that were invited.
Yeah, I guess so. But, sometimes the owner could dictate who gets cut.
Okay,
They
that's a
just
good
don't
point.
show that.
All right, that's a good point.
This is good. They don't do this anymore in real baseball. You can't take the catcher out anymore. I did that a few times.
This is good.
And what's great, all of the uniforms are all real unis. Like that was the Cubs, the Giants. Those are all real unis. Like I love that the
attention to detail.
Yeah,
they
it is.
got
It's
it right.
legit. Now they're wearing gray. See how they're wearing a gray jersey? Yeah. Gray's always away, and white jerseys are at home. But I thought during that game they were actually at their home stadium. But they're wearing grays, which is away. So I don't know. I missed that one. Is this the final?
This is it, yeah.
So now they know if they made it or not?
Final cut day.
I love Jake Taylor. The Jake Taylor, like he made it. Look at it. Now, Jake Taylor is similar to Crash Davis from my other favorite baseball movie, Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Just that veteran catcher, leader on the team.
Now,
Gentry.
Now, Gentry, how bad do you have to be?
That's what I'm saying. I think he actually had a good camp. He just doesn't know it. They wanted him out, I think. Yet, you can't. This is beautiful.
Where's he keeping the snake?
Oh,
that's what I want to know.
That's a bigger one, too. That actually snake got bigger. I love the hat. He's so happy. I like his smile. You good. You made it.
So what I like about this movie so much, and I love this film, obviously, but we are, let me just check here. We are 23 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So by the time they've put the team together, we know these players as far as what they can and can't do on the field.
Yeah, right.
So this whole spring training thing, it's just good filmmaking. Like
you really know. It's just going so fast. That's why I have a hard time talking about it because it's moving quick.
Yeah.
But you really learn about it. Like, he's so excited. Look at that move.
I know.
Good move.
Listen, Snipes has got the moves.
He's so excited. But Jake Taylor told him, if you're going to celebrate, get outside. You don't want to do that in front of a guy that just got cut.
And this is
beautiful.
This is
I love
really
this.
well. It doesn't actually ever show you you just
see the red.
It out of focus slightly.
Good move. But you know what he's looking at, right? This is great. I love a meltdown. This is a classic meltdown in front of the coach. He's so pissed. There's a dog.
Yeah,
See, even
dog. Yep, we said that might
dogs
happen.
are mad. I love that. Oh my God, I love it. So do I. Oh
No.
This is just classic rookie hazing.
Yeah. So this is something.
This definitely. I don't know if they would do that today, but I could see this happening in the past. Great fight.
And you got to
that
imagine,
was awesome.
You got to imagine this kind of thing happens.
Oh,
from time to
absolutely.
time.
So good. I love it, Coach. Brown is awesome.
I also applaud this movie for
Shut up, Dorn.
for you could have made this movie PG-13 rated.
Yeah.
You could have made it a PG-13.
For baseball, kind of
But
happy.
the decision, like Bull Durham, like making these R-rated movies,
Yes.
you know who your audience is.
Right.
You know?
Packing to Cleveland, baby. We're going to the show. They did it right. I mean, you got to have the language. You got to have... I love it in the locker. Look, he's got a little picture of some chick. It's definitely not made for 8-year-olds.
All right, I'm gonna just pull up a couple facts here real quick.
Go ahead.
I've got
Cleveland facts?
I've got some questions about
It's like a
1989
nice day in
baseball.
Cleveland, by the way. Now you get to learn the fans, too. They show you even the fans. Man, you really find out when a city, these cities up north, they live for their team. Look, there's a Cleveland Muni right there. And here's another scene that I love because every little kid that played baseball has done this. They really hit on a lot of notes, man. This really gets me sentimental. Every kid wants to hit a game-winning home run. You get to see that again later in the movie, too.
All right.
Boom. Oh, yes. Crushed
Now
it.
that's probably the Cleveland Stadium, right?
It is. It looks like it. You don't see the yellow arm.
So you can
That's it.
you can get in there and film these. You can get in there
Just
and film
not with
these.
players?
Yeah, but once we start getting into the games, the actual games they're filming.
Now,
in
you notice
Milwaukee.
there's no ads on the walls. Nowadays, there's ads everywhere. This shows you how much baseball's changed. And look at the tarp. Look at that thing right on the field. My gosh.
All right, Bill, I got some statistics for you, okay?
Yeah.
The average Major League Baseball salary in 1989 was $497,000 a year.
That's nuts.
That was the average baseball salary.
Right.
Okay? The league minimum
100?
was $68,000.
Wow. And when?
In 1989.
Wow. I thought it'd be just a little more than that. I can't believe it was that low.
Yeah.
Wow.
The average salary increased 13% from 1988 to 1989.
Oh, because of this movie?
No, I'm just saying this is
Wow. Nice outfit. They made him put a tie on.
I know, that's the best.
They go to a French restaurant because they wanted to celebrate, and these two rookies probably have never even been to a restaurant. He didn't have the menu on backward or upside down.
Here, I just want to.
Chili dogs. I'll order.
All right, so I'm all.
What a great veteran. Sorry, what a great veteran to take the two rookies out to dinner. I mean, Jake Taylor's definitely a true leader.
And
what
he's
a great
probably
vet.
picking up the tab.
Oh, he is. He is. No, actually, they should make the rookies pay for this shit.
Okay, so I'm just doing some math here.
And I love the guy that was in jail is not even drinking. He's just drinking like a Coke. Apparently, he's never had champagne before.
Okay, so
we get Rene Russo now.
And this is like her first big introduction.
Yeah.
All right, so I did some. I broke out the old inflation calculator. Okay. So if you were making $497,000 as a Major League Baseball player in 1989, that's the equivalent to making $1.3 million. In 2025. So that's a good salary.
Yeah, I guess
that's
so.
Average baseball salary in 1989.
Man, times have changed, haven't they?
Oh my God,
it's crazy.
Juan Soto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shohei
okay.
Ohtani. Yeah, I mean these guys are making insane amounts.
Well, they're making more than probably the owners were making back then. It's nuts. This is his ex. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She was beautiful. And she was, what a great actress. She was always so cool in every role she was in.
She's great in Get Shorty.
Great oh, yeah. I love how he's been in the Mexican League for like a couple years, and he hasn't seen her, and he just thinks he's just going to walk right in. This typical baseball player thinks he's just going to come right back and pick up the girl again. I love how they keep talking while she's on the phone. So funny. Yeah, he's not going to buy it anymore. I love when he's like, what does he do? Oh, he's a lawyer or accountant.
So this movie had an $11 million budget. It made $75 million.
Really?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Back then.
Uh-huh. Wow. I'm sure Rental, too. It's kind of early, though. Rental wasn't really...
Rental's big in 89.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so this one, I mean, you're going to figure... When a movie comes out in the theater in 89, it's usually 6 to 8 months before it would hit home video.
Right.
So it would probably about 1990.
Okay. So then,
And that's how I saw this movie. I saw it, my friends and I, we rented this movie.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
And this was back in Canada where, let's see.
What'd you guys have? The Expos and the Blue Jays?
Expos and the Blue Jays. And we're a couple years away from the Blue Jays going on their run where they became with Joe Carter, they became a pretty dominant.
Remember that. There's
team.
Cleveland. That's the real outside. I love how they got like 10 people getting tickets with a knife. That's beautiful. So now again, all the unis are clean. They're in their, locker room. Dorn's looking at his financials. This is all still very realistic. I mean, they did a great job kind of just encapsulating what a baseball team kind of looks like.
It's just
look at that locker.
Just a ragtag group of guys here.
But your locker is so personal. You have so much personal stuff in that little space, like your favorite magazine or your. He's telling them to calm down.
So
162 games. That is a long ass season.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because here's some questions. The team feeding these guys before the game, after the game, like what do you think?
Yeah, they usually have a spread. You actually see in one of the scenes, or if we miss, there is a scene where you see like a little spread on table. The equipment guys are in charge of that.
Okay,
so like you'll see a spread.
I'm sorry, Serrano's smoking a cigar.
He's got a Cuban, man. He's from Cuba. Well, back then, too, guys, you don't see a lot of working out. You don't see these guys lifting weights. Nowadays, these guys are in the gym. They're on I love that shit burger. That's freaking great. He's saying that all the writers are saying they're coming in last. He's like, let's tell them to go fuck off.
Yeah.
Lou Brown's a great.
Oh, jeez.
I love the inner fighting of a team. It's so great. Look at the generic 7-Up machine back there.
Yeah.
He's going to his office. Here we go. Wake up, bats. Trying to say a prayer. This is great. Everyone's nice and clean and dry, ready for the first game at home. And then this happens. Oops.
Gets the sprinklers going.
What a way to start the season.
What I find really
you'd have to change. There's no way you're going out soaked.
When we get the introduction of Bob Uecker, who's fantastic in this movie, and R.I.P. He just passed away.
Oh no, R.I.P. Man, what a great baseball legend this guy was.
He makes it a point of saying you can tell how a team season's going to go by that first at bat, and the fact that he gets on base is a really interesting element.
Look at him lick that and put it on his ear. I mean, do you see him wipe the jack and put it on his ear?
Yeah,
He added that.
Okay.
I looked that up. He just added it to show personality of this character. There's nobody there.
There's nobody there. Opening day.
Well, yeah, this actually should be the only game that it's sold out.
Yeah.
Opening day should be sold out. So they are off and running here. She should be able to get what she wants on attendance. There's nobody at opening day. So all they have to do is be bad. Now, one way, look at her little owner's box. It's so cheesy. The easiest way was to just turn off beer or something. You know
what? You're right.
You just stop selling beer. Look at this catch. Now, if a player did that, like when I was playing college, you would have got your ass beat behind the dugout. Watch what coach does.
That's his warning.
That's very realistic, too. Do not showboat out there. Can you imagine if you dropped it? Here we go. Hey, there you go, Dana.
Yeah.
Oops. This shows you how fast he is, though.
Yeah.
He actually beat out a swinging bunt. That was called an oopsie, but he is so funny. Look at the pony sneaks. I love the cleats.
Yeah. So there's the Duke. Okay.
Now that guy was actually a major league player, but he was a pitcher.
He was a pitcher for
and he won a Cy Young Award, but he actually plays a position player in this and has a great swing. This guy must have been a hell of an athlete.
Got a great mustache too.
He had that mustache when he played too. That was what he was famous for. Here comes a pickoff. Again, very realistic of a first baseman or a catcher. You see the catcher talk trash to the hitters. First basemen talk a lot of trash to runners to just try to get them.
It always looks like when a player gets on first, it always looks like they're smiling. And
they start chatting. Some first basemen are known for telling jokes because you get a lot of time with a runner at first, so you end up just talking a lot. Now we're really seeing how bad they are. They suck right now. We've done nothing in spring training to get ready. This would never happen, by the way, but they're just showing how bad they really are. He's crushing Jack Daniels. He's got Miller Lights. He's got like, and the field's not in very good shape. Look, I mean, these guys just like,
and
okay, go ahead.
I want to make sure, like, for those listening and watching here that don't know a lot about baseball, these guys don't play 1 or 2 games a week.
No.
They play 6 days a week.
Oh yeah, no. You there might be days where you play 5, 6 in a row. Yeah, and you're traveling too. You could play like a 3-game series, let's just say in New York, and then head to Pittsburgh and play 4 more games. I mean, it's a, like we said, a grind.
Yeah.
The season's a grind. Here's their super fans here. These guys are great. Every stadium has like super fan. Like they're famous fans. That's these guys. Plus that drum they're playing out there. You can hear that drum throughout the stadium. Yeah. This guy was a pitcher. This swing is beautiful. This is crushed. That thing was crushed.
Wow.
Some of these movies, they try to pretend they're home runs. That thing was murdered. I believe that thing got out of there. Guy's got a great swing for a pitcher.
See, this is why I needed Bill to do this episode here, because we're getting real baseball analysis.
Swing. Yeah, that was a good swing. Oh, this one too high. Those guys are going, that was too high. He goes, oh, it's not a home run. It's too high. Not too high, too far. Who gives a shit? It's gone. But me and my buddies always go, oh, it's too high. I say that all the time. Too high. So he wants to keep him out there. Like, he probably feels the game's already over.
Yeah, so
but he wants to keep him out there just to see if he responds to, like, giving up the grand slam. He responds too. This is a beautiful response. This is old school baseball here. Plug the guy right in the back. He goes, interesting. This is hilarious. So, like, back in the 80s, I don't know if he would have got kicked out, but maybe you'd see a fight. Nowadays, they kick him out quick. I was surprised they kicked him out here. That's realistic as well, all this shit talk. You just don't hear it. See the catcher, the catcher's protecting his pitcher here. See him walk in between him so he doesn't hit him or start a fight?
Oh, yeah.
See how he's walking there?
Yeah.
He's protecting Vaughn there. They're still fighting.
They're still fighting.
Yeah, of the home run. Yeah. Great.
That's a nice shot right there.
That's a great shot. Heartbreaker.
9-0.
Yeah. And who gives a shit? What a great announcer.
So I want to say that this was, when this movie came out in 1989, my parents wouldn't let me go see it in the theater because it was rated R, and I was 11 years old. Yeah,
there's some language.
And
the phone number was bombed. She gave him a wrong number. That bitch.
I really wanted to see this movie in the theater, and I was utterly disappointed that my parents wouldn't let me go see it.
I think we all went. This might have been ones that we brought. The dads went with the guys. I can't remember. He went to. He knew where she worked, or probably worked here. He went and he's like, "Come on, man, bum number. Come on, man." Nothing's hotter than a good-looking chick that wears like librarian glasses, like the hot teacher look.
So I have. Well, we're on this part here. I'm gonna mention some baseball movies. All right, you weren't ready for this, okay?
Okay, this is a good time to do this while they have a romantic time.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
So I am going to go. I want you to give each one of these movies stars between 1 star and 5 stars. Okay,
all right. Overall, everything. Got it.
All right, and the criteria is whatever you want, but these are baseball movies.
Yeah,
and I want you to tell me. 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars.
Let's go.
And you don't know, this was not planned.
No, okay? I didn't know you were doing this.
So I've got this all set up, all right?
While they fight in the library, go.
All right, Major League.
5.
Rookie of the Year.
3.
Moneyball.
4.
For the Love of the Game.
5.
Bull Durham.
It's 10.
Okay. Mr. Baseball.
3.
The Natural.
5.
Okay, hang on. Ed.
0. I don't know what
that's the one with Matthew LeBlanc and the chimpanzee.
0.
That's funny.
Sorry.
The bench warmers.
Not NA.
Little Big League.
2-ish, 3.
42.
Probably a 5, but I don't want to go.
Trouble with the Curve.
5.
61.
Same thing. I don't know. Give it a 5.
Okay.
No, I didn't see
Major
that.
League 2.
3.
Major League Back to the Minors.
Oh, that's probably 0.
3. Okay. The Rookie.
3-ish.
Field of Dreams.
5.
A League of Their Own.
5.
Okay.
This is fun.
The Bad News Bears.
5.
Angels in the Outfield.
2.
Okay. That's my
Okay.
list of baseball movies
All right.
there. Okay, a couple more.
Okay, good. This is fun.
The Scout with Albert Brooks.
2.
Okay, there's not a lot of
Sorry.
baseball in that movie.
All right.
All right, so hang on a second.
This
Cobb. The
3,
Ty
2,
Cobb
3.
movie, yeah. Okay, Mr. 3000.
3.
Okay. I think that's everyone.
How about 8 Men Out?
8 Men Out?
4.
Yeah. Okay. Talent for the Game.
5.
Okay, I've never seen Talent for the Game.
It's so good. You said when we recorded last time you were going to watch it.
I did
Great
say
movie.
that, didn't I?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did say that.
Talent for Love of the Game is unbelievable. I was so shocked at how much I liked it.
Okay, all right. And then what?
Now we're finding out. Keep going. I'm staring at Dana.
Yeah. Just keep doing.
Now we're going to find out how much the owners really wants to shit on these guys. I mean, they're a major league team. Like you see in Bull Durham how shitty they travel because minor league teams just don't have the budget, and aren't crappy buses. These guys are the major league baseball team of the Cleveland Indians. Look at this airplane. I mean, this looks like Con Air's fucking airplane right here. He's got Hustler magazine. He's praying to God. He's got a Hustler
magazine.
There's no way you travel in that airplane and then somehow get up and play a good game here. This has got to be a loss. See, he's actually becoming famous outside of Cleveland now. People are coming up for autographs. He's loving it. Hey, you know what? Take it. Somebody's asking for autograph. Take it. I don't care.
All right. How about Dead
I've
Solid
signed
Perfect?
autographs before.
How about Dead Solid Perfect? Oh, whoop, wrong sport.
Golf. Kyle McClary would love that one. Kyle recommended that for the old golf team the other day. Or last year. God,
Yeah,
that
you
was
guys,
last
we
year. Oh my gosh.
did that for dinner and a movie.
I actually like that movie. Look at the duct tape on it. I mean, this plane is like held together by duct tape. Doran can't be high. I'm surprised he didn't just charter his own plane.
Yeah.
That looks like Fulton County Stadium there. I don't know where this game is. That's got to be the Milwaukee Stadium, I guess. I love this. Nobody's listening.
I can't say that. Look
No,
at the plane.
oh my God.
That's a DC-3. That is
Jeez.
a World War II plane right there.
Now, Bob Uecker actually was a good player, too. He became really famous after he played, too, with Miller Lite commercials.
Sure.
And
Mr.
he kinda,
Belvedere.
Yeah. And he traveled like in around that kind of Rat Pack time of it. He was actually a really cool dude. What a life. Oh
he's
my
putting
God.
duct tape on
really
the
is
propeller.
duct tape. Oh my God.
And he's the team
He's a
pilot.
pilot.
He's got the Cleveland logo
Oh, you
on
could
it.
see him reading Moby Dick there.
Yeah.
Because he promised her he was going to read the book, right?
Yeah.
At least he's trying. It's like a comic book, but he's trying. Yeah.
Huh.
That's not creepy. Yeah, but it works. Now look at this car. This is the old Volkswagen Cabriolet.
Yeah.
It's like a Volkswagen convertible. 5 people still drive that car today.
Look at the lights. You ever notice the license plate says Reed?
No.
Right license plate says
Because she's a librarian. I get
Yeah.
it. Nice car. Look at it. Come, Jake Taylor. Come on,
You know
dude.
what, though? The thing about that car, if something breaks down, you fix it like that. It's no problem. Little duct tape and a Phillips head screwdriver, and you can fix a car like that.
Did you say duct tape?
Yes.
Yeah, duct tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he followed her home here, right? Just so he knows. I don't think he does anything right now, right?
He's figuring out. So
Sixth
she's on the
floor.
6th floor.
Okay.
Oh,
There's the dogs.
There's the dog.
Oh, there's a random security maintenance guy walking around.
walking out there.
I don't know if I buy that outfit that dude's wearing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. The dogs, they think they're guard dogs, but
they're not.
They're not.
Now, I love how he has a bottle beer with some beer and a mug with beer.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, so he went and had a beer and got enough balls to say, fuck it, I'm going in.
I never put that together.
So he's coming back.
And, okay.
Penthouse. Right to the penthouse.
Right to the penthouse.
I mean, the elevator empties into this guy's loft.
There is a glaring security issue right there.
I know, right to the loft.
Yeah.
Like, but it's Cleveland.
And
come on.
Look at that. Look at that loft.
Very like 80s retro, like chic kind of.
Spacious.
Yeah, it's huge. This guy's loaded, obviously. This is great.
He just shows up.
He goes, oh, I fucked up. And they're having a dinner party that's so awesome.
He said...
This guy's such a douche. He's obviously intimidated by Jake, but he wants to flaunt how much money he makes. He thinks he's so cool because he's got cash. Apparently, the dogs hate this guy too.
Yeah. So
this guy's a douchebag. Now watch it. This chick is already in love with Jake Taylor.
So there's a part here where she says, I hear baseball players make a lot of money. And he says, I make league minimum, which was $68,000.
Right.
And I just did the inflation calculator.
How much?
$180,000 a year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not terrible.
He's very humble.
Yeah.
He's being humble when he says that.
Not a terrible salary.
Now, that was real smart on him that he said, oh, I just wanted to discuss some books. He wasn't like trying to be creepy. That was a smart line right there.
Oh, and then just
what a dick. The dogs really hate this guy. They sense he's
Bill, keep talking.
Yeah, I'm going to go. This is a great scene because everyone there thinks Jake Taylor's cool, and this guy, Mr. Rich Boy, he's going to go get a beer. He thinks he's the coolest, but he's not. Jake Taylor, the baseballer. Look at the redhead. She's just staring at Jake already. She wants to get in his pants. Weird old lady. This is the most awkward meeting of all time. Look at her. She's already into it. I'll be quiet. So awkward. Somebody break the ice. Here we go. Yeah, what do you think? Right here, dude. This is a stupid question. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How do you live in Cleveland and not know the Indians are there? God, this guy, I want to just punch him in the face. Here we go. Dana, this is when they talk about his salary.
Oh, yes.
But he's just being humble. That's so, like, he didn't have to say that. Oh, she kind of backs off for a second.
She did like him. Now she's like,
now she backed off a second. But then they all realize what's going on here. She tried to back him up. Yeah, you can. You jerk. What a dick.
What a dick.
But Jake could have went, I'm going to coach. I'm going to work for the Cleveland Indians. He could have said anything.
Yeah.
But so here comes a jab back at the asshole. Very specific there. Look at it. This is great now. Now it's turning the tides. Look, what did you do? What'd you do?
200-meter individual.
He's
putting it together.
Yeah, now everyone's like, oh, fuck, this is the X. I love how they're praising each other in front of this guy. It's so great. They already want.
That's an interesting little line you just said there about alternate on the 80 Olympic team.
Yeah.
Famously, the United States boycotted the Summer Olympics because they were in Moscow that year, so they didn't participate. So when
but they threw that in there.
Yeah, alternate on the 80 Olympic team.
That's cool.
That's an interesting little.
I like that. Oh, this is good. Let's listen in here. That's so good, dude.
Like, I love the rich guy that's always polite, even when they're like in movies. Yeah, the rich guys are they're so confident and polite, and they're always.
But he's really not being polite. This is where Lou Brown really is buying into this team. You know, like he's really, really buying in it. He wants to win. This is a good meeting. His office is a mess, but
Charlie Sheen pitched baseball in high school.
Oh, he did?
And so at the time of this movie, his fastball was clocked at 90 miles an hour.
For real?
For real. And then he admitted years later to taking steroids to prep for this movie so he could be,
oh, no shit.
a little more athleticism.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So when you there's no stunt doubles when you see Charlie Sheen pitching.
Yeah, it's him.
It's
Right.
actually him.
I mean, it's not the greatest windup, but it's not bad. I mean, it gets the job done for the movie, for sure. He can't see.
Yeah.
Lou Brown's like, holy shit, you're blind. These glasses
They're the best.
are awesome. Oh, my God.
I wish he would have kept those for the movie.
Oh, I think they're better than the other ones.
Yeah. So I'm going to openly admit, I like this movie a lot better when we're focusing on the baseball players. The love story between Jake Taylor and Rene Russo, I kind of always takes me a little out of the movie.
So I agree, but it also gets me sentimental because it ties a bow on it, though.
It does,
I get it. But it bridges you to the other scenes.
Oh, here
so
it comes.
I'm okay with it.
So he was told, "Don't touch Joe Boo's liquor,
Dude, don't fuck
with the rum."
No. Up yours, Joe Boo. What a great dude! I love all the characters. What a team! I mean, they just crushed it with. Look at the cracked egg.
Great.
Look at his face. Look at Joe Boo's face.
He said very bad things will happen if you drink Joe Boo's rum.
And then he put it inside the rock circle. I don't know if that double fucked him right there. Here we go. Now you really know that voodoo's real. Joe Boo needs a refill. Now that could happen too. Wood bats, if you don't have enough pine tar. Yeah. That actually is realistic. You could lose a bat. That could happen. Now you always forget that he was actually a starter. Like a starting pitcher, not a reliever. You know, because the way the movie kind of progresses. He starts out as a starter. Glasses are great. Dorn. Oh my gosh, Dorn.
Dorn blew it.
That was weak. Are we already there? I can't believe this movie's flying by.
Yeah.
Dorn just olayed that bullshit. That was weak.
He had it.
Look at him. He knows it too.
We're halfway through the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, he wants. I love how he leaves his starters in longer.
The waves.
Four person wave. Yeah. Look at the Miller lights.
That's great.
Yeah, they're using their own. Look at the wave. They got a 2-man wave, and they got 2 guys cheering. Okay, here's another scene where you could see the catcher trying to get in the hitter's helmet. Doesn't matter. It's 2 outs.
Yeah.
See, now Taylor knows he tanked it, but he wants the pitcher to just focus on his pitch.
That's a great line.
It is good. There's a sign. There's a line in Bull Durham where he says there was a stewardess on that ball. So he's going to just keep talking to this hitter to get in his head.
That's
why he's like, "Can you throw a strike? Because if it's over the plate, he's going to get it." He just keeps talking. Beautiful. In the middle of a long season, again, so much stuff is realistic, and it's funny that he just kept talking and boom, beautiful. That could happen too. A lot of this stuff just really could happen. See, he knows it. He can feel the teams coming together. Yeah. They're really bonding. She's getting pissed. He's so happy. Obviously, he wants the team to do good.
Yeah. So now we're seeing Dorn's house.
Yeah, Dorn's obviously made some money over his career. And he's invested wisely, too. Now, Jake has a new car. Jake has
that looks like the same one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's the same car. But this is a true leader and captain of the team to go over and do this. All right. Okay. All right. So as you could see here, Dorn is just living the life of a just like top paid baseball player, just chilling, watching his financials. He is very, I don't want to say whatever, but Taylor, the probably the best player on the team, drives around in a beater, and this guy's just worried about his decorating. He's got his financials there. Taylor's there to really show him who's the boss here, the leader of the team. This is great when he really tells him that he tanked, and he just wants him to know that he knows that he tanked that ball. This is great. See, he doesn't even really care about this team at this point. Such a pretty boy. I don't give a shit about that. Look at Dorn. Here we go. No coffee. I've pretty much heard that similar talk from a player to another player. So I think Dorn really changes his tune after that one. And I guess this is like kind of the radio show in between games, where you're really starting to feel that this team's turning around. He's starting to become famous. I don't know about this chick, though. I guess she's hot. I don't know. She's hot at the time. He's like, I'll make your heart sing. Yeah. Even the fans are starting to think they're coming around. They're still shitty. These guys still think they suck. This is amazing that's their hot tub. Like, what is that thing? What is that motor? No hot water. He's totally naked too, right? Oh, yeah. Balls are hanging out. I'm too old to walk around or worry about.
Says we're out of towels.
Yeah. I'm too old.
Now, who's that guy in the suit behind there?
I know. She always walks around with a bodyguard. It's like her entourage. Oh, Wesley's in good shape.
Yeah.
Cup check. Serrano's little. I love the old school jockey straps there. This guy's balls are hanging out back there. Again, very realistic locker room.
Now, I mean, the thing about these teams is there's a little bit of revenue sharing amongst
now
there is, but back then
I don't know how
not, right?
I don't think then. No, that changed. I don't remember when that changed. But like you were on your own.
It's not like the NFL where they share the TV contracts.
I think that's all. I think that there's something now with baseball. I think that's all changed. But think of it. There's 162 games, 81 home games. That's a lot of revenue that a baseball owner can make.
I love this. It's got the outboard motor. But the thing is, like,
this poor team.
Each team, I don't know if is that there's 30 teams or 32 teams in Major League Baseball.
There's 30.
So 30 teams, okay. A lot of them.
See, we're starting to win now.
Like if you look at the Yankees.
Oh, she went to the game. Look, she went.
She went.
And then he sees her. Watch, he catches her. I think he sees her up in the stands. Now he knows he's got her.
Yeah. But like I was saying, so the Yankees have like the Yes Network, And a lot of baseball teams, like here locally, the Rays on Fox Sports South, and they, Fox Sports South will air all the local games.
Well, it's changing even. So I just saw on like the Major League Baseball app, it's changing. Now you could like pay for just your team like $1 a day. Like stuff's happening fast now with baseball. Baseball's growing quickly and it's actually rebounded well. I think the apps and like live streaming, fans can just pay a very minimal amount to see all the home games
of their team.
Yeah, of their team. Yeah, or you can watch the whole league. You can watch all games. MLB or MLB app, all that stuff. That you have access to everything nowadays.
That just makes sense. Though.
Yeah,
you should be able to like.
Oh, this is their real house. She's got like an apartment, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, but baseball, I mean, you obviously want... I love this. This is the bullpen golf cart thing with a giant hat.
That's the best.
I mean, they used to have these. They don't anymore. They used to bring the pitcher from the bullpen out to the infield to save time, I guess. But they don't do this anymore.
When did they start bringing in bullpen pitchers to like music and fanfare?
I think this movie kicked that off, too.
Yeah, because
you see that at the end.
Wild Thing.
I think this changed that. I think this movie has a lot to do with...
So wait, I didn't know this. You're telling me they used to bring bullpen players in on a cart to the mound?
That's what that thing was, like in the 70s.
Come on, that's awesome.
I think in the 70s they did that shit.
That is so awesome.
I know, how funny is that? It's hilarious. A freaking giant hat. Dude, just shows up in his uni.
He just randomly goes into people's houses.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a creeper. No, he's a baseball player. He don't give a shit, dude. Ball players don't have it. They don't care. Ball players got balls.
That's awesome, man.
He's like, I'm a baseball player. I can do whatever the hell I want. Denim jacket. Hot hair. Oh my God.
She's moving in. She's moving in with her fiance.
She doesn't want to, though. She's in one of my favorite golf movies, too, Tin Cup.
Oh, yeah.
I love Tin Cup.
That's a Ron Shelton movie, the same guy that directed Bull Durham.
Bull Durham, yeah. So I've seen this like 7-8 times now recently. I just keep watching it because I knew we were going to do this. She keeps getting hotter as I watch.
All right.
And it just makes me feel old because I know she doesn't look like that now, and I don't look... I just hate getting old. I just want to be young forever.
Yeah.
God, she looks good.
As of recording this, I'm 20 days away from turning 47.
Oh, yeah. Wow, really?
Yeah.
God, you're making me feel old. I'm 50.
Yeah.
Dang it.
It's amazing how we come back to these movies, though. Like
because they were good. They're real.
What's the last great baseball movie?
Oh, I'd have to go look.
I mean, of all those movies I told you, hold on just a second.
What's the
most
for
recent,
love of the game or something?
Oh, that's 1999.
Oh, see, I don't even know.
So the most. Let me just see. Let's see.
Good Lord. She's testing him now if he read Moby Dick to see if he's got answers now. She's asking him questions about the book and he can answer it. That's how he wins her over here. And he's not giving up. He was leaving. Now he's coming back. So you never give up on a girl here. Oh, he's got her now. He's trying to get invited to the wedding, but what he really wants to do is get invited into her pants. Oh, dude, he's all in.
Yeah,
he's all in.
All right, so I've got a list
Look at Chief
here.
Wahoo. That's old Chief Wahoo. The Indians don't even exist. We didn't even talk about that they changed the damn name of the team. Cleveland is not even called the Indians anymore.
All right, so here is a list of baseball movies.
Queegwin's Coffin? What is Queegwin's Coffin? I don't even know what that is. I probably should read Moby Dick.
All right. Of this list of baseball movies,
okay,
the one that I have heard of, the last one that I've actually
There's a great use of some spikes right there.
Is $1 Million Arm.
Don't even know what the heck that is.
And that came out in 2014, and that was directed by Clint Eastwood.
Dana hates the romantic. Keep going.
No, but everything else...
You don't hate it, but this is like your boring part.
So
she hauled ass on him.
42 came out in 2013. Trouble with the Curve. 2012.
Okay, that's
so
not bad.
We are realistically 10 to 12 years since that there's been a great baseball movie.
And the best ones are 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Baseball movie. I mean, Hollywood or movie theaters, they jump on like a sport for a while and then they give up on it. Yeah. They're obviously gone for a while. Hopefully we'll get there's a good travel bus. Look at that thing.
That's awesome.
See, that's probably a minor league. I could see a minor league team using this. And it's full of like, what are those books? What is this shit? They need where's their iPhone? Doing, I love the old veteran just fucking with the young guys. God, they're trading shitty comic books.
I mean, do Major League Baseball teams ever travel by bus now?
No, that would be, but a minor league team still would. That looks like old Yankee Stadium. I've been there. That's the old Yankee Stadium. That was Yankee Stadium,
dude. You see the Yankees emblem in the background.
Yeah. Oh, see, they're at home. See, they're wearing their whites. They actually filmed this in Yankee Stadium then. Somehow I've been to both Yankee Stadiums. That old one, this one, and then the new one they play in now. I've been to both.
I've been to the new one.
Oh, my God. He crushed another one.
And that swing, you love that swing.
Yeah,
right?
no, you could tell he murdered that thing. I mean, the pitcher's just sitting there, but he's still, I mean, it's a good swing. And look at down right field line. Yankee Stadium is only 314 feet. That is like the shortest porch in Major League Baseball is Yankee Stadium down the right field line. God, you don't see the field long enough to even talk about it. But
now it's confession
all right, now we're already
time.
in an office.
Now it's confession time.
Yeah.
He's going to tell him what's going on.
This guy really cares about the team. I love this guy. Oh, man. Lou Brown's so good. Love him. He even wears a blazer with the Chief Wahoo on.
They're 60 and 61.
That's not bad.
That's not
Not
terrible.
bad. No. So they're playing way over where they expectations.
So they got 41 games left.
He knows it. They just need some motivation. And they're going to get it. He's like, I think I might be able to help.
Here it comes.
But they needed it. This is what they needed. Look at that tie, too. Can't even get around that belly. I love it. Look at those brand new balls there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, but don't have time to talk. This movie goes fast. Yep. You're going to find out another example of a true leader and captain of the team here, if you haven't seen this. Look at that hair. Great hair. Yeah. Great freaking hair.
There's only one thing left to do, though.
Yeah, I know that, but you need your leader to say this, like, and what a great manager to let the captain talk. What's that?
Love it.
And he just says it quietly. You don't. When you're the captain of the team, you don't have to say it loud. And they know it. They're like, hell yeah.
Generally speaking, is the captain of the team voted on by the players, or is
no?
it
You just
the manager gives?
No, you end up knowing. Like there was a season late in my college career that I became one of the captains of the team just based on play and voice and leadership. So it just depends. Some teams you pick them, and some teams it just happens.
Yeah, that's great.
I think this was my favorite part as a young kid.
Oh, I couldn't wait
for when they kept winning.
Yeah.
Those are like easily fielded balls. They're still trying to show that he can't field a ground ball. Look at all the bruises. But that's not. You don't field your ground balls up at your shoulders. Yeah. That's not realistic. He's taking BP. Like they don't have batting cages behind the stadium. He's taking BP out on the field. They keep winning though. Yeah, nice. So they're winning. Now he's stealing home, which doesn't happen very often. Nice. Well, they're playing the Twins. That looks like the Twins uni there.
5 straight.
Yeah. If you win a game stealing home, that's ballsy. He's still collecting stolen bases. All right, great.
Serrano's
Lifting
jacked.
iron while you're in your frickin' jock. Tigers. I love all the realistic unis. They're all real. That's what's
Orioles.
cool.
Yeah.
These are all real unis. I love it. Ooh, that was crotch near. Another plate to plate. I love that. I wish they got rid of that. You can't take the catcher. Oh, here we go.
This is great. I love this one.
This is so good. Look at those hats.
Look at his outfit.
Oh, yeah, he ripped the sleeves off. That's right. Tight places. He almost looks stiff there.
That was great.
Yeah. That is so good. Taylor hitting bombs. Now here's superstition. See the hats? They got them inside
Yeah.
out. That's like a rally hat.
I don't think I've ever noticed
Yeah,
that.
they call that a rally hat, where you just turn it inside out. And you usually do that at the end of the game when you're trying to like score a couple runs. Baseball players are so superstitious. They still do some of that shit.
Yeah, the old
still
man
today.
got the Ricky Vaughn t-shirt on.
Well, you'll see guys in dugouts now after home runs. They have little dances and shit they do in a dugout. They still do a lot of this bullshit. That's a lot of stolen bases. You don't see guys steal tons of bases anymore. Only like it used to be like Ricky Henderson and Vince Coleman. They'd steal up to 100 bases in a season.
That's insane.
You might see a guy get 50 or 60 tops, but you don't see it as often anymore. Serrano's still hitting bombs. Look at 315. That's short porch. That's not very far. Most stadiums now are about 335 down the line. Oh, let's go. Dorn's even getting hits. Actually, Dorn's supposed to be a good hitter in this. That's like, this is a great slide.
Wow.
I love this. That's awesome. That shows you how quick Wesley, or whatever the hell Hayes is, to catch up to him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
But what happened there was he probably got held up because the ball was in the air. So he stayed maybe tagging up at third, and Hayes just started running, knowing that, like, that's how he caught up to him, because normally you wouldn't be that close to the runner ahead of you. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Look at Brown.
Oh,
see the food?
There's the spread of food.
And that's an away game. So, like, they had a little spread from the equipment manager when it got some food. One more game to go. My God, we're already...
So
God, this is flying.
Let's talk about this for a moment. Oh, wait.
Here's a giant
That's Dorn's wife.
Yeah, she's at home just watching the news. Watching the background.
And this is live.
All the guys are celebrating in the hotel.
And you see
So
Dorn.
we got a one-game playoff.
Yeah. She sees Dorn. Oh.
That's, oh my God, what a douche. Making out with a chick.
He like high five someone as he leaves.
Oh, yeah, he's like, yeah, dog.
Yeah.
She actually looks like what's from Halloween?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Kind of look like Jamie Lee Curtis there. Here's another good meeting. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're good.
He's going to tell him that even though he's a starter, that he wants to go with a veteran, and he's going to make him pitch relief in this game.
Well, let's talk about this for a second.
Too.
So it's a one-game playoff. Now, the playoffs have dramatically changed.
Yeah, so let's just say they tied, and they have one-game playoffs still, actually. Yeah. So they have the same record, and they need one game to see who wins the pennant, the NL East or whatever.
And the pennant is...
Well, usually the pennant is the American League.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if they're really winning the American League, because they'd have a playoff to get to this point. I'm guessing either way, a one-game playoff to go to the or one-game playoff to get into... I don't know.
So I guess I'm saying in '89, because now they have like the division.
Yeah, they still had that then. That was still there then.
I guess that's where I'm a little cloudy on a couple things there.
Let's just say they're winning the American League East,
Right.
Which they're not in the same division, but I think this is more of a divisional playoff.
Okay.
But you could have a one-game playoff still today.
So she's
this is her apartment.
Yeah,
That's right.
she's
She
moved
hauled
out.
ass. Even though they banged. They got after it.
Yeah, yeah.
She still hauled ass. She got one last shot at him.
So
here we go. What do you think about this scene?
Well,
this is great.
This is awesome.
I love this because he's the rookie, and now he doesn't know it, but he's getting one up on the vet. See, she looks like Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies here.
Yeah.
I think it's her cousin.
So he's all bummed out because he's not going to be starting the game.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's sad. He shouldn't be, but he is sad. You're right.
She's like, I know.
Yeah.
Oh.
She is making sure that he knows what she wants. He's like, okay, check, please. Oh, wow. There we go.
Yeah.
I wish they showed a little bit more. What a tease. Nice rack.
Yeah.
Home where?
Suzanne Dorn.
Like Dorn? Wow.
Oh.
Damn. Holy shit.
He is like...
He's mind blown right now. Now everything's just racing through his head. He's like, what did I just do? And then Jake's here. She knows Jake. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
So this would be typical. Some players would probably rent
shitty
a
little
place
apartment.
Together.
Yeah. Oh, so good. She's so happy about it too. Well, because he's doing it. What a dick face.
She's like, I get something to
He
tell
thinks
you.
he's so cute. I love that she tells him.
Yeah.
See, another good veteran move there. Get the rookie away before Dorn gets there. Yeah. And we have this problem. I love the superstitious stuff here. So we're going to sacrifice a chicken. That's great. Now we know Dorn. Now we know Dorn knows. Calm, There's a lot going on here. Here comes some fried chicken.
Here comes the chicken.
That's the best we could do. Yeah. Whole chicken. He's getting his warm up there. There's a little mineral ice.
And he looks to be in his late 40s.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a vet. I mean,
are we having pitchers in their late 40s in this
There's been a
era?
few, a handful. Yeah, and he's like a junk ball pitcher at that time, so that's realistic as well.
Define a junk ball pitcher.
Like curve, not like, you know how Vaughn throws 96 or whatever in this? Junk balls like throwing curveballs and knuckleballs.
You just don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, just a lot of off-speed stuff. Yeah. A lot of movement, off-speed, change-ups, that kind of crap. Like no fastballs. You even got
75,000.
It's a huge stadium. Yeah.
75,000.
That might be over a little bit, but some of the old stadiums were that big.
Because were there a lot more bleachers? You could just get more people in?
I just think they built stadiums. Look, now he's got Joe Boo with him. He's come all the way to now they're buddies.
I don't think I've ever noticed
That's a lot
of
respect. Yeah, you haven't? That's awesome. God, this is just flying by.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're already at this game. God, that gives me chills. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. I played in some games where there's a couple thousand, but not like this.
For the international listeners out there, I would love to know what you all think about baseball. because baseball is a really popular sport in America, Central America, South America.
Japan's
is really big. But I'd love to know how baseball is over in Europe.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'd really like to know how it's received.
There's nothing like an electric playoff baseball game.
Oh,
This is one of the greatest feelings, live. Dorn's doing his job. That was pretty easy hop there. I don't know about how he fielded it, but he got the job done there. Stadium's just jammed. Serrano's still swinging and missing at curveballs.
I mean, we talk about playoff baseball. A Game 7 in the World Series is one of the most exciting things you can watch.
Yeah. I mean, every little thing counts. Because now we're going back to all of our weaknesses here. They're pressing. They're nervous. Dorn's playing his best game of his life, though. He's motivated. Dorn's pissed. Yeah. That's why you see Dorn playing well and everyone else is struggling. That was a beautiful swing.
And that's really Wesley Snipes there.
Yeah, what a great play.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That was a great play. I've seen Otis Nixon do that for the Braves once. He's pissed. He's in the bullpen. He's bored. He wants to pitch. What a great game.
Yeah.
This is a great game. I mean, Harris is doing everything he can. I mean, he's just laboring out there with his pony spikes on. Look at the ponies. I love it. Oh my God. Hanging curveball. She's happy. That's gone. Gosh, dang it. Still not. I mean, only letting up 2 runs with this point.
But you're in the 7th.
You can't, or 7th. You can't expect him to do any better than this. I mean, you got to be happy with only 2 runs.
Surprised they kept him in that long. I mean, when the score is tied up,
where's our bullpen at? We have Taylor can barely run. He's limping down there.
I guess my thing is
where's the bullpen at?
Now I don't know how it was back then, but now you'll do anything to conserve to conserve a lead or a win. You'll go through 5-6 pitchers.
You would, because you want to save the guy's arms for the whole season.
Yeah.
But in a game like this, it just depends on the strategy of the
like watching the College World Series last year, which my boys won. I watched Tennessee won it, and I watched. They must have gone through. It was the final game. 7 or 8 pitchers.
Oh,
after
that was
starter.
not Dorn rounding that base, by the way.
It was
but
not.
No. But yeah, they change pitchers too fast now. That's not old school. That's new school. I don't know why they change pitchers so much. And a lot of it's matchup based and analytics and crap. But I don't know. I think they overutilize pitching too much. Like last night in the Braves game, the starter's younger. They took him out in the 5th inning, and he was pitching fine. They just take him out way too early. I don't even care if it's the beginning of the season. Let the kid pitch a little bit. That was nasty. Did you see that thing drop?
Yeah, I did.
That was nasty. Now, I think this is when he finally tells Joe Buda, you know what? I think this guy's a real pitcher. Ugh. This guy's loving it. He knows that all he has to do is throw a curveball and he's going to get him out. Here we go. He's pissed at Joe Boo.
I do it myself.
Yeah. And he actually gets a little hanger here, too. This thing didn't break as much as the first 2. He even looks like a baseball player.
Yeah.
I mean, his swing's not the greatest. But this one's actually not bad. When he makes contact there, I think does he make contact? What happens? Come on, Serrano. Good slow-mo. Dude, that looks like it was crushed, too. Yeah, I swear that looks like he hit a bomb.
I love how it goes out of the stadium.
Out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love how he rounds the bases with the bat in his hand. Watch this. He keeps the bat. He's so excited. I mean, nobody runs with a bat. Look, he's running with a bat.
You're allowed to do that?
Yeah, sure. He's just excited. There's nothing. Nobody would do that, though. He's so pumped. You could do that if you wanted. As long as you don't hit anyone.
Who's the Blue Jays player that famously hit that home run and then flipped?
Bat flip. Yeah, bat flip. I know. I'll get his name. I'll tell you. But now, so when he did flip the bat, they fought, right?
Yeah.
Now baseball's gone so far that you could just flip a bat and everyone does it. No one gives a shit. He's so overhurt. So back in the day, if you flip the bat, then you're going to get hit by a pitch or we're going to fight. Like that was like showing off or whatever. That's called the curtain call, where you come out of the dugout and get the fans to cheer because they wouldn't stop cheering. They never sat down, so you got to come back out.
Nice.
And that's just one more homage to give you some love there. You got to come back out of the dugout. You don't see that often anymore, but I've seen that a couple times where you got to come back out of the dugout. He's still laboring out there.
Still in there.
Shit. All right, this gets guys on second and third, I think. All right, good relay. All right, Larson, whoever you are. Second, third. How many outs? I think there's 2 outs, right? Yeah, there's 2 outs. There's 2 outs.
That scoreboard just showed top of the 9th.
Yeah, it is. It's top of the 9th. And it's tie game. Yeah, there's 2 outs. Guys on second and third, and Harris is done. Aren't they warming up? He just has to warm up Vaughn, right?
Yeah.
He should walk him here. This should be all right, good. He walked him. All right. Bases loaded. Taylor needs a break. All right, bases loaded, 2 outs. All you need is a strikeout or a pop-up or just a ground. You need anything here. Base hit's going to be a killer. And you can't walk either. There's nowhere to put anyone on now. Yeah, he's out of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to come out, though.
Pitchers never want to come out, do they?
Most of the time, they always say they're still good. And see how he picked up his right hand for Ron?
Yeah.
So if you have a lefty and a righty in the bullpen, if the manager pulls his left hand, then it'd be the lefty, and if he pulls his right hand, it'd be the righty.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we brought baseball expert Bill Searcy on the show.
Yeah, nowadays, though, with technology, they already know who's coming in. But if you see an old manager, he'd pull the left or... This is great. Now, here's your intro song.
Yeah. Which we weren't seeing this in baseball before.
Probably not. And when this came out, we lost ourselves. This is awesome. This is a great scene. This happens, too. The whole fans are singing. This really kicked this off, I think. Yeah. This movie made this happen. This is a big deal now.
I remember as a kid watching this and going, this is awesome.
Oh, this was the best scene.
This is awesome.
It's like the whole city of Cleveland got to come, to film this movie. Like the stand, that's full. It's not just like one section, the whole stadium. And you could tell these people are just extras, but they all came. It's awesome. Look at it, it's packed.
Yeah, it's
awesome. Real. Look, see every seat. I mean, it's no CGI or anything. Oh God, we still have the Dorn thing. He's still worried. He's more worried about Dorn than the game. Look at all the people.
Dorn's going to come say something.
I don't know what's better, being the closer to get the last out or hitting a home run to win a game. It's pretty equal. It's such a big spot for a pitcher. So much pressure because he can't walk a guy. If he walks, they score a run.
Right.
So has to throw strikes, and the hitter knows he has to throw strikes.
What do you think about his pitching right there?
It's doable for the movie, but you could tell he's not like a real pitcher. But it's not bad. It's good enough for the movie. And here we go. Here comes Dorn. Taylor's like, oh fuck. But Dorn steps up here. This is great.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's when you know Dorn really wants to win, right? He didn't care about all the other bullshit, even if his wife did that to him, because he did it to her, right?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with Vaughn. So he wanted Vaughn to know that, clear his head. Now he's ready. That was big for Dorn. And also Taylor going to his house, in that earlier scene, really set the stage for Dorn to just man up. Here we go.
You're seeing real growth.
Oh, let's go, baby. Huh?
Yeah, real growth in the players.
Yes, exactly. Great close-ups, and they get to a close-up slow-mo, too, with this guy spitting his tobacco juice. He's trying to get him to see the 3 and a 2.
Yeah.
3's a changeup, 2's a curveball. He wants 1 as a fastball. He's trying to get him to throw a fastball here.
Yes, I learned all these signals watching Houston Astros games.
Well, yeah, they just bang on garbage cans over there.
Jeez.
And a little extra sound effects there.
And showing the gun. Showing the gun.
Well, you want to see how fast he's throwing.
That's great.
That's good, though. That's smart.
Yeah, this is good
brilliant.
filmmaking.
It is
good
brilliant.
Filmmaking.
See, he's still talking to him, even though he's probably trying not to listen.
Jeez.
There's more heat. And that was a little higher, too, which it's harder to hit. A pitch that high at 99 is almost impossible to hit. Give him the heater. Now what do we throw? Still trying to get in a hitter's helmet. That's all he wanted. Now, look, Jake's sitting really high there. He really wants it high. Because it's okay if he throws a ball. Look at this tobacco juice spit.
Yeah.
Great slow-mo here. But Taylor's sitting real high. He wants this high.
It's amazing how they go slow-mo, even though this is supposed to be a fast pitch. It's very the way they do it. The way they do it.
It's great.
Right here. And then
it is high. Great sound effects. See how high that is? No way. No way he's touching that. Mm-hmm. Great pitch. That was cool. 101's moving. There's only a couple guys pitching today that throw that fast, so that's pretty fast.
Chapman.
Fastest I ever got.
Is Chapman still in the league?
Maybe. But I don't think he's running it up that much. There's a couple guys that are over 100.
You ever faced a 100-mile-an-hour pitch?
Like mid to high mid-90s.
Right.
I saw mid-90s. Maybe
many,
like 91 to 94 I probably saw. So probably low 90s.
How long does it take you to get your timing in when you start
Well, you got to get used to it. Yeah. Like the problem with me was, here we go. It's out. It's out. Oh, you jackass. You have to get used to it. So like I would see a lot of like mid 80s. And then when you saw like 92, it felt like it was like 200 miles an hour.
Right.
You got to get used to seeing the 90s. Here comes their closer. So this is their closer trying to shut the game down. Or is it's tied, right?
Yeah.
It's tied.
That's great.
That's a great
the Duke.
So what they're trying to do here, even though this is their closer, normally the closer would come in when you're already up by a run or two, but they're trying to keep the score even. So like they're taking a chance by bringing this guy in. Now here comes the value of Hayes and his speed here. High chopper. Can he beat it out? It's got a long stride, but still beat it. Beautiful.
All right.
Attaboy. Way to get on base.
All right. So now you're on base.
Yeah, but you need to get to second because you want to get in scoring position. You're not really technically in scoring position at first because a base hit or something won't get you home.
So we need Willie Mays Hayes to steal.
Well, you want to get him on second. And that's actually an old baseball player. I think that's Steve Yeager. He played for the Dodgers. That guy was a World Series MVP. So the third base coach is actually a real major league player. That guy right there. That guy's a real player. So see how Jake swiped his chest?
Does that mean saying
he was
understand?
confirming that he has the sign correct. That was confirmation. That is a giant lead. Somebody that big of a lead, I'm throwing over right away. I would do the same thing here. That lead is gigantic. You got to at least keep him honest. You're throwing over. And he almost got picked. He almost got him.
Almost did, yeah.
Because his lead is so huge. Now watch when he takes the lead. Watch him cross his. I think they show him get off again. Get off the base. See if they show. He's looking. See him cross?
Yeah.
He'd almost get picked off just crossing this because you could get tangled up there. He again, a giant lead. Huge lead. Hayes is waiting for him to turn his head. Watch. As soon as he turns his head to go home, he knows he's going home. Now he can take off.
Yeah.
And Jake only swings here to get in the catcher's eyesight. He wasn't trying to hit that. He's just trying to get in the way.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, he's just trying to get in his way to hopefully slow him down for a half second.
And then
that's all you needed, just a half second.
And then for our, you have to actually tag him. It's not so much.
Yeah, it's not a forced play
Yeah.
there. You would have had to tag him before he hits the bag.
It'd only have been an out if Jake had been running towards first, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But he was stealing, so there's no
Okay.
forced play there. He had to tag him, and they obviously know that.
So now Willie Mays Hayes is in scoring position.
Technically in scoring position, yep.
So
And now Jake has an idea. He's throwing a signal back at the manager, which very rarely happens. This does not happen a lot. Only like a captain or a leader would do this. He likes the idea. So now he's relaying the thing so he could tell the runner what the play is. So now he's telling Hayes, watch Hayes' face when he sees this. He's like, oh, shit, okay. All right. You see him smile a little?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit, really? He's like, wow, we're really doing that? Now he's trying to, like, throw him off. He's calling a shot like Babe Ruth.
Wow.
And he knows he's smiling because that's not what he's trying to do. He's like, all right, fuck you.
Brilliant.
Now, this is real, too. If you call your shot, I would throw right at his ear hole here.
Real. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And he did. He's like, fuck you. You're not calling your shot on me. So that's realistic as well. Now they all want to fight. That's the best part. I love when baseball players want to fight. Now look at Taylor's helmet. He did see like Hayes has an ear flap protecting his left ear or whatever. Jake's so old that he doesn't have to wear that. So the older players didn't have to have that ear flap. So that shows that he's a veteran player
It's
too.
like hockey players from when they
with
made
the mask or
they
whatever.
made helmets mandatory, but you were still in the late
Grandfathered
80s.
in or
There was
whatever.
people like Guy Lafleur who would play without a helmet.
Right. That's really grandfathered in. So Taylor's old enough where he can not wear.
Now, this is a great little shot to establish
The
that
punk rockers.
the punk rockers and the blue collar
Yeah.
workers are all there.
All cheering for the home team.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's on the same team here. Didn't he call a shot again, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So now the play's called. We're ready. Nobody knows what this play is, though, except these two guys. It's great. You would never expect this. Now, it's called a bunt and run. So he's stealing. And he knows he's bunting. And there's 2 outs here. That was a shitty bunt, but that's okay. He's not ready for it. You would never expect a bunt. So he's bunting it down the third base line, which is the farthest throw to first.
But he has to make
He
it to
has
first.
to. Yeah.
So
But
it's and his knees are all shot.
But he'd never bunt. Now, he's running the whole time. Like, that's part of the play. But the third baseman was playing so deep because you'd never expect Jake Taylor to bunt. That's why this play works, because he was playing so deep. Barely makes it. Now, the first baseman, again, not expecting all this stuff. He doesn't even think he'd be running home. This is such a surprise play. So awesome. Great hook slide. Yes. Oh, so awesome.
Wow.
So awesome.
No matter how many times I've seen this movie, I've never had it broken down the way you did.
Yeah.
And just makes, and I've always loved the end of this film.
But great call by Taylor there.
But to understand it on a technical term of everything they did there, just takes this movie to a whole nother
That's
level.
why it's so awesome that Taylor knew that they'd never expect a bunt, and he probably wasn't fully sure that he'd get a hit. So that was just a strong play. Plus, if it didn't work, they'd still be tied. They'd still be in it. So it was a great surprise play there.
Okay, everybody's
great call.
Everybody's ecstatic.
Now
here.
I'm crying. I'm not crying now, but I was earlier. I watched this show or this movie a couple times recently, and I've been like bawling watching this. I'm not crying now. I got to do this a couple times where we won a conference and we got to jump around with the team. Not fans, but we jumped around with the team.
I love that he punches him.
Oh, yeah. But then he picks him up. It's like, it's all good, dude. You fucked my wife, so I get to punch you for free, but it's all good. Oh, my God. Such a great feeling. What a great feeling to win something like that. See, this is why I like the relationship thing, because I love this part.
She came to the game. It's probably an expensive ticket, too.
Oh, shit. And look, her ring. She's got a ring off. She wants Jake. Oh, this gets me. I'm almost tearing up right now, I swear to God.
All right.
She took her ring off. Oh, I love it. Still rocking the denim jacket. She loves Jake. Who wouldn't?
Listen, we all loved Tom Berenger, too, back then.
Right?
The substitute.
The substitute.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with that principal. Wasn't he a principal or a teacher?
No, he was like a mercenary, and he went in undercover at a high school.
Look at Charlie Sheen and Willie, and look at him point at each other. I love that part right there. Look at him point. That's a great catch right there. Oh my god.
And you know
so
what?
Awesome. Yes.
And 80s movies
that was
like
the
this,
best.
They just end.
Yeah, it's done.
They just
end. Now we could talk more.
All right,
my
so
god, that movie flew by so fast.
Yeah,
it took me a while to get in a groove there. Look, Steve Yeager. See that Duke Temple?
Yeah,
that guy was a real player. And then Pete Yukovich is the guy with the mustache. Both of those guys are real Major League Baseball players. And the rest of them, I don't know who the hell they are. And then what's a Randy Newman? Who's this guy? The song?
Randy Newman. He also does the song
Toy Story song.
Yeah, but he also does the song for probably the second greatest baseball montage in movie history, and that is The Naked Gun. He does the song I Love L.A.
We've talked about Naked Gun. I love the baseball scene.
I want to do a scene where we just watch that sequence and you break it down for me.
Fine.
Let's see that. So, Bill, before we wrap this up, let me ask you real quick. They did make a couple sequels to these movies. Did you ever watch
Major
them?
League 2, 100% saw it. I probably only rewatched it twice, and I did not watch it getting ready for this.
I haven't either. No.
But I want to watch it again because it's probably a little bit, I'm hoping, a little bit better than I remember because my expectations were so high, as usual, for sequels. I need to rewatch it.
I think they famously recast the Wesley Snipes part with Omar Epps.
Okay.
I like Omar Epps, but I think
it's
famously
still not Wesley
Snipes didn't want to do the movie.
But Charlie Sheen's in it.
Charlie Sheen's in it.
I remember that.
Tom Berenger's in it. He's like the
okay.
manager now.
Okay, that's cool. I'll watch. I will watch it, and I'll make a comment on one of our next podcasts.
All right, excellent. Well, thanks for doing this.
I know it just flew by so fast that it took me a while to get in a groove that we were watching live. Like this is like only the second time I've done live commentary, so you kind of got to get used to it.
No, listen,
it took me a minute to get into the movie.
I had to leave the room a couple times, and you held the fort down.
Well,
man.
I would say I did a average job because I wasn't prepared, so I was just kind of stumbling along and held my own. I probably should have just let the movie play, but I still had a blast doing
I want to applaud you for really breaking down those last couple plays because I'm now watching this in a completely different way. Like, oh my God, I've never had somebody actually explain to me the
what
nuances.
was happening.
Yeah, the nuances of what was happening.
If I had more time, I could explain in more detail, but at least I maybe hopefully helped explaining what was going on.
It was awesome. So, Bill, listen, thanks for doing this.
Thanks, Dana.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the DanaBuckler Show. This is one of our live commentary series. The next one we've got on tap. If you've made it to the end of this episode, you're getting an exclusive. The next one we're going to stay in 1989. We'll be doing the greatest movie ever made about bouncers and coolers and the Jeff Healey Band. We're going to be talking about 1989's Roadhouse, directed by Rowdy Harrington, starring Patrick Swayze, Kelly Lynch, Sam Elliott. The list goes on.
I just can't wait for that one.
It's going to be awesome.
I don't even know what I'm going to wear. I can't wait. I got to get an outfit for that one too.
It's good. I got the cuff. I got my cuff ready to go.
Oh, by the way, for the listeners, I have Dana's candle. Because everyone knows that Dana always has a nice candle.
Yes.
And I always say what the scent is. Vanilla brulee.
That was what we were going for this time.
Dana always wants to get me in a nice calm mood. I appreciate it. You know what? It worked.
You might notice we have a new addition. We have a new addition here. Why don't you spin that around?
All right. So Dana has something else on here that... Oh, Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Some Beatles love here.
Absolutely.
The DanaBuckler podcast. It's not really a theater. It's kind of a theater, but
I want it to be like the Dan Le Batard show.
I would love for us to film video. I want us to be on video once.
Listen, Pat McAfee, the whole nine. We're going to get to a point where we've got so much stuff in this thing that when we start filming it, people are just going to be transfixed by everything. Sir.
I think people just want to see what I look like.
Excellent. All right, Bill.
No,
listen.
they don't. They don't really.
Oh no, yes they do. We're going to make this happen. All right, Bill, my friend, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Dana.
Everybody listening, my name is Dana Buckler, and we will talk soon.